Hey everybody, I breaking in today. Thank you for joining me. Have to tell you about an urgent food recall. I typically do food recalls. I haven't done them in a while on my channel, but these are some pretty significant things. Um, First of all, there's an urgent frozen vegetable recall. And by frozen vegetables, I don't mean like you're buying it fresh in the store and you're washing it and processing and freezing it yourself. But no, I'm talking about stuff that comes already prepared, prepackaged in the bags in the freezer section of the store. This information that I have, um, you can also, verify what I'm saying through the FDA website and through um, your local Department of Agriculture offices. Um, First thing that's in recall is the frozen vegetables. Is TJ's um, Select cauliflower. It's frozen cauliflower um, from TJ Farms. Is what the company is called. It has been sold through Flagship Foods, which is the name of the major company that does the processing of the food and dispensing it and sending it out from state to state. Flagship Foods is saying that the infected product, which has listeria monocytogenes in it, it was only sent out to three states: Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Wisconsin. Those are the three states that are connected to that particular food recall. And listeria, a lot of people can get over listeria poisoning. It's from bacteria that gets built up on surfaces if you're doing food prep and everything, and you're not taking the time to sanitize the area before and after. It can cause bacteria to build up, and the bacteria is small. You can't really just see it with the naked eye, but it can impact your body. It can be harmful for small children or women that are pregnant or nursing children, and and also older adults. But some pregnant women have had miscarriages from the listeria infections. Next, there was also a food recall apparently a few days ago while everybody was celebrating for Thanksgiving. Um, there was a fish recall. By the way, today is Monday, November 29th of 2021. So I don't know when you're seeing this video, but this is in relation to foods at this time period. So there's been a fish recall within the past few days, like over the weekend, and that information was sent out by the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration. It's about wild, cold, smoked Kita salmon, and it's from it comes in a variety of forms, called Aqua Nova and North Coast, and also Tony's Smoked Salmon Locks. Those products, if you have anything by those names, Aquanova, North Coast, or Tony's Smoked Salmon Lock, especially wild cold smoked Kita salmon, those things have been recalled. Also, there was a meat recall of 119,091 pounds of salmon. Um, which is kind of an alarming amount of salmon being recalled. Again, it's about the listeria, which can cause the miscarriages. It can cause stillbirths amongst pregnant women. You can check the FDA website for more information on this and your local Department of Agriculture. The lot number for the salmon that was being recalled was 22821. Um, you're advised to either return it or toss it. It's from the Oregon Locks Company, ORGON, Locks Company. Their information is available on the FDA website so that you can get more information that way if you have any questions. If you've already consumed some of that, I highly advise you to go see a doctor and let them check you out, make sure everything is going okay. Um, this is no attempt to give legal advice, medical advice, or anything. I'm just letting you know that we need to be vigilant every day, not only in pre- prepping stuff, people stockpile things, people gather and try to put things away in an organized fashion, but part of that preparing is doing some safety and some self care for yourself, making sure your areas and your surfaces are wiped down clean before you start to handle any kind of food on them. And if you're handling a meat or a fish or something that was from like a live creature or a once living creature, you don't want to handle that and then turn around and handle vegetables and other things without cleaning your hands and cleaning your surfaces so that there's no contamination going from one thing to the other thing. Now, when you're cleaning your counters and everything, if you have like a granite countertop, there are certain things that are really not good to use on the surface, but you could always use like your dish detergent or some soapy hot water, couple of spoons of bleach, um, in a container of some water so that you can use that and it will kill whatever is there on the surface. You wipe everything down and then wipe it so that it's dry. I hope that you'll take the time to check what you have. If you don't eat fish, then obviously that's not going to be an issue for you. If you don't eat cauliflower, that's not going to be an issue for you. But there's many of us that are preparing our foods and storing up our foods like the squirrel for the winter, and we're doing it in a variety of ways, and we really need to make sure that we're being safe in how we do it so that that food is still safe when you're ready to eat it. Because you could think everything is fine, have it out for X amount of time, and you're doing other stuff, toss it in the freezer, and not know that somewhere in that process, the bacteria was already starting to develop. Take it out later and have some situations on your hand. So it's best to check your food. If any of your food is from that particular company, the Aquanova, North Coast, or Tony smoked salmon, um, or anything, if any of your fish says it's from the Oregon Locks Company, LOX, check out the FDA website. See if things match up to what you have or not, so you can know if the product that you have is good or not. There's a lot of times that, we get free food and things from food shelves, or it could be like a mobile type of a food shelf, or it could be a food box that was dropped off to you. There might be an organization saying, hey, will you try out our recipes? We'll give you this food if you try out our recipes, and then give us some feedback and let us know if you like it or not. Well, if that food is coming in a box and if it involves like meat and vegetables and a variety of things, when you open that box, make sure there's like an ice pack or something in there, dry ice or some kind of ice pack, and make sure the items that are in that box are still cold. If there's meat, it should still be frozen if it's coming in that kind of a box that's being taken and dropped at your door, which there are groups that do that for like 5 to 6 months at a time, as a way of surveying people to get ideas for new recipes and things. And the people that are getting the foods thinking, hey, I'm winning because I got this. The people that are dropping off that food are looking for that feedback. So it's trying to be a win-win, but you have to be safety and be vigilant for yourself to make sure that what you're getting is really healthy. Because if you get it and you're looking at it and you're like, that looks kind of odd. I mean, there's some produce that just grows kind of odd. But if you're, let's say, like if you have a red bell pepper and it looks really, really wrinkly, or if it looks like it's starting to get some dark spots on it, you might want to hold up. Is that how it's supposed to look? Is that how is it supposed to feel? Does it feel like slimy in your hand? Is it firm? Does it have a nice firmness to it? What is the complexion of that produce that you have? What about that meat? Is the meat dripping blood, or is it neat and organized? And apologize for being kind of graphic, but is it neat and still sealed in the package and still frozen? Those are some questions that you want to ask. You want to be sure that there's an ice pack, or, like I said, dry ice or something in there, something keeping everything frozen. You don't want it to have warmed up to the room temperature, because when it warms up to the room temperature, things start changing biochemically in that meat. So, not trying to harp on all that, but I thought it was really important to share with you about this, and especially about these food recalls on the fish, which happened over the holiday weekend, and the cauliflower, which I just found out about today. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd love it if you give the video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you at all, or if you think you might know someone that it would be helpful for. Give the video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Even if you don't subscribe, I'm still going to be here doing what I'm doing, but it would be really nice to have more people subscribe so that way you can get notified on time whenever I find out something that I am able to share with you, because I do try to share really good information. I'm not in it for your attention or um, any kind of monetization or anything. I am in it because all of our health and all of our safety is important. And it's important that we be prepared for whatever is coming up next. So, what do you think about all these food recalls and all the other things that are going on in the community right now? Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.